this whole camp, honestly. So we know that he's been down from a body shots before. So what we thought to do was just to play mind games a little bit, trick him up top, and wait till his hands is in a high guard position and go down low. And I think if you go back to the replay, I think I did a 1-2, then snatch to the body again.
Do you feel like this was kind of a bit of a star-making performance for you? Because you had the first big moment of the night, really, and I think it got everyone super excited.
Yeah, I definitely do.
19 years old.
Yeah, it was a fourth round knockout on a pay-per-view card. I think that's something amazing.
I think people want to know about your hype man from Thursday and Friday. Can you explain who this man is and how this all came about, please?
Okay, his name is Big Bobby the Boss. He came from one of my guys that trains out of our gym, influencer fighter named Minikon. And first I saw him. I didn't know them before, but at first sight, hearing him as a hype man for the guy Minikon, he was real annoying to me, real annoying.
Payroll yet?
No, not yet, but we got to get there. I think him being a hype man this time, and I think everybody enjoyed him, so we got to put him on a team.
One question, the story behind Sweet Terminator, please. The origin thereof.
Originally, my name was Sweets. So when I got with Nikisa and Jake Paul tweeted that I was the Terminator. So Nikisa told me we had to keep the Terminator in there. So I'm like, can we please just put Sweets in there somewhere? So I tried the Terminator Sweets, and he was like, absolutely not. He said, so I was like, what about the Sweet Terminator? He's like, that'll work.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Obviously, as everybody knows, Shadeja is the mandatory challenger for Savannah Marshall. We'll be talking to Sky Sports and Boxer in the coming weeks to make that fight in the UK, hopefully in 2023. And I think that's going to be the next undisputed champion of MVP when that's all said and done.
So with that said, just going the distance tonight and getting that experience, I think a lot of people thought maybe you'd knock her out early, but how valuable is that going into a championship fight?
Very valuable. I'm actually glad I went 10 rounds today. Shouts out to Olivia Curry. She was tough. I said that to her in the 7th round, like, you are a tough son of a... And I kept trying. I mean, if I had her hurt a couple of times, I almost just started to push her out the ring just to get her out of there. But she was gamed, and I'm glad she took me the 10 rounds. I needed that because I know a lot of people, I read a lot, so I read a lot of articles that said that, if you get Shadeja Green past the 6, you might win the victory. So with Savannah Marshall being a power puncher and going 10 on several occasions with top tier fighters, I wanted to make sure that I was suitable enough that if we had to battle for 10 rounds, which, I got to get in there with her first, that I was willing to go to task. And I want to shout out Veronica Soto, who's my strength and conditioning training coach, who did a really good job assuring that I was in shape for this fight tonight. I felt good.
Shadeja, I wanted to know, do you have a message? I think you're mandatory with 3 of the 4 governing bodies.
Yes.
Savannah's belts hold. Do you have a message for Savannah Marshall if she's watching tonight?
I'm looking forward to seeing her in the near future. I'm ready to dance.
Go ahead.
Kevin Garcia with Fight Hype. This question is for H2o. You had a great fight. You've been progressing slowly but surely. You're in a really tough division. What's in your mind, your path going forward? Who are some of the names that you like to see yourself in the ring with?
Definitely the best. I think that's what majority of fighter goals is, to be a world champion. But at the same time, I have to listen to my team and see where we go from here.
Yeah, 135, even on the exteriors, got some good competition. Andy Cruz just joined the division. We got Keyshawn, in that division. We got Brandon Lee. Any of those names, somebody you can see yourself in the ring with in the near future?
Yeah, I definitely see myself with a majority of guys. I think it will pretty much happen maybe in the next year or two. But like I said, it's these guys that pretty much send over the opponent, and I just give it a yes or no.
Sure, thank you.
Let's remember, he's 19 years old. He's doing amazing things, but we're going to progress it the right way to ensure that he's set up for long-term success.
For sure, thank you.
What was it like having the legend Ann Wolfe in your corner?
Oh man, that was amazing. Just some of the words of advice, and she actually told me after the fight, like, listen, I don't walk nobody out. And she was digging into me, like, listen, you don't know how special you are. So I look forward to be working with her in the future too. We're gonna be keeping in touch. I kind of like looking at her. I'm looking at myself a little bit, so she put a little fear in me. But
does that.
yeah, but it was all motivation. I was really, really pleased with some of the things she said after the fight, and I know she means business because I never really heard her talk about or talk to other fighters the way she talked to me tonight. So it was an honor.
Sweet. Do you think if you eventually go up and see the quote, Miss Shields, is that something you want to do by the end of your career? I know the weight class is a little bit different.
Yeah, the weight class is definitely different, but the first thing on my agenda is being, the super middleweight undisputed world champion. The GWOAT, that's a phenomenal fight. I mean, I think that could be a huge fight in
You
women's
talking
boxing.
about Amanda Serrano?
No, absolutely not. Let's put that on record.
You said go.
I never want to fight Amanda Serrano. And yeah, she is my GWOAT, so there go your answer.
Did you learn something from? I'm pretty sure you watched tape when Carissa fought Savannah. I'd say that's your next opponent, more than likely.
No, not necessarily. I mean, Clarissa Shields got a different fight than I do. So I watched Savannah's last fight. But styles make fights. I mean, I feel like we all different.
God bless for H2o. The big thing, do you want to get your name in there, or are you just like, I'm going to see you when I see you with all those heavy hitters at 135? So you know what I'm talking about, the Shakurs, the Devins, and all that. Do you want to get your name in that mix, or does it matter? Just sooner or later, you want to see them before your career?
No, I definitely want to get my name out there for sure. I think after this performance, I think it'll be, circling around somewhere. But at the same time, I see you when I see you because, I mean, it's on their end as well. And then, they're the top guys of the division, so they could kind of have the shots right now.
This question is for both of you. Talk about the crowd tonight. It was an incredible atmosphere. It was a sold-out crowd. And, when you guys went out to the ring just feeding off that energy, listening to the roars of the fans, how much did you guys use that as far as, in the ring?
Oh, he's asking me. I'm
Both
sorry.
of us.
What did he say? I'm sorry. Say it again.
Basically, how did it feel to be fighting in front of that big crowd with that energy?
Oh, it's always a blessing to fight in a crowd and get myself out there and expose myself to a crowd like that. Being comfortable, fighting under, I think they said 20,000 people in attendance. So I think it's kind of destined for me to be on the big stage. And I think every time I'm under the lights like that, my performance is high class.
I think it was definitely pivotal for me preparing for my next fight, especially with the UK base. It was crazy, though. This was an introduction for me. I probably never fought in front of that many people. I mean, I think I performed in front of that many people when I was playing basketball, but not even nearly that many people. So it was nerve-wracking. But after the first punch, I think I adjusted.
This is another question for H2o. The legend, the playmaker, Michael Irvin from the Dallas Cowboys, saw you in the crowd. He had an interesting conversation with you. Would you mind sharing a little bit as far as the advice or just, what the conversation was about?
For the most part, he's pretty much telling me and my dad, actually, just keep doing what we're doing. Us black folks, it's not too many of us like that. So that's what he's honestly really telling us. So he was saying he'd love to see it and, just don't get distracted by anybody else and make sure I just keep doing my job. He does his job and everybody else around my team do their job.
Last one for H2o. Just talk about the Snoop Dogg album cover inspired outfit, man. It was pretty slick.
It was definitely a tribute to back home to Long Beach and also to honor, everything he kind of done for me and support throughout my fights and growing up as an amateur. I ain't even just a human being in Long Beach. So I definitely had to, at least one time, show my tribute to him.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Evan.